Welcome back to the show, folks. It's I Quit My Band, the best music podcast on the internet, and we truly mean that. My name is Nate.
I'm JJ.
I'm Evan.
And we thank you for being here. If you have not subscribed to the channel yet, please hit subscribe down below. Comment on the video. Let us know what you think of the show, and then go follow us on Instagram, TikTok, and subscribe to our Patreon page. $5 a month to become a quitter. And also, we got a little extra something for you this week. We announced our official merchandise line.
Look at that, dude.
It's the
How about that
IQMB
shit?
official shirt. And if you don't want to have one of these, you are a loser. I mean, I can't even express to you.
And it works great for if you're a fan of the show or you're just done with music.
Yeah, if you're done with music, it works great. You could wear it. You could use it as a chamois cloth for your car.
Get in between the spokes on the
Yeah.
wheels.
Yeah.
Real nice.
It's only for fat guys, though.
Yeah,
we
we
only
have-
got
yeah.
2X and up,
Yeah.
so.
We have them for regular size guys, slightly fatter guys, fat guys, and
That's pretty
that's
much
it. Yeah. Females, I mean, just like the show's stats, we don't have anything for you.
Yeah, we just check that pie chart and it just goes,
Yeah.
you kidding me, dude?
That's what the little chunk of the pie says.
Much like this show, we have nothing for you. But you can buy one and wear it, you know?
Yeah.
Today on the show, we are going to be reviewing an album by a band called Wet Leg. It's their new album called Moisturizer, which came out just last week. Wet Leg, relatively new band, I would say. Their first album was what, 2021, I think.
I
What
think
was it?
2022.
2022. Yeah, it was just a self-titled, I believe. It's a band that's, I think, now is like a full, like they kind of expanded their lineup, but they kind of had an MGMT thing going on where it was just the two front women. I can't remember their names. Ryan something, and then the other person's name is Hester. And now they're kind of announced themselves as a full band. That first Wet Leg record, it wasn't really the record that caught my attention. I think, like most people, it was the song Chaise Lounge. Chaise Lounge. How do you... What's the...
Well,
Evan,
I think
our
it's
reporter in the field who
Our
reads.
literary expert.
yeah, I think regularly it's called a chaise lounge.
Yeah.
Or chaise lounger. But they just
chainsaw.
kept- a chainsaw.
Yeah.
But in the song they keep calling it a chaise lounge.
A Chaise Lounge.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my introduction to them. I remember, like, it was weird because, like, my brother, who doesn't really listen to post-punk or any kind of, like, new rock bands, I remember him, like, texting me about it and was like, you got to hear this song. And then I listened to it and I was like, you're, like...
You like
That's
you like
very
It was
out
weird.
of character.
Yeah, and I listened to the rest of the record, found it enjoyable. It's very, like, throwback to early 2000s rock mixed with post-punk, I would say. Have you guys listened to it? Have you guys, like, checked
That's
it out?
how
and
I
enjoyed
know about the band. I think there's one more that's on their like top songs on Spotify
Yeah.
that I am also familiar with, but
Wet Dream.
yes,
Dream.
but I've seen
it? Your mom?
Y-
Your
there's
mom?
there's a
Yeah.
oh, I thought you were like making a joke.
No.
It's like, whoa.
That's
Your mother.
your mom.
But I've seen more live videos of them performing than I have like listened to their music before this album. Obviously, because they like that Chaise Lounge song is just very like it plays in well to a big crowd because it's very participatory and
Yeah.
stuff like that.
It's kind of iconic for
It
the
is.
time being when
it's
it came
like
out.
very quirky
Yeah.
and weird, and like there's something very like offbeat about it, and
Yeah.
I like probably just her voice, like kind of whispery and whatever.
And the
Yeah.
lyrics.
Yeah.
I mean,
The lyrics, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Butter your muffin.
horizontal now.
Do you
Yeah.
want to get your muffin
Butter-
buffin
yeah.
muttered?
Your
Yeah.
buffin
You want to
muttered.
get your
Yeah.
muffin? Yeah, I mean, like throwing in some Mean Girls lines.
Yeah.
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 Turns some heads.
Yeah, and like there was like a big kind of rollout because that came out well before the record did. So
Yeah.
it's like Chaise Long blew up as a song, and then I think Wet Dreams like followed not long after it, like almost a year before the record came out. So a lot of people were talking about them, and there was like a memeable quality to those
Yes.
songs.
Yeah.
And I remember going into that record being like, not knowing what to expect, because you can't imagine a band can write 12 of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and make that sustainable. And I remember listening to the record and feeling like they didn't. You know, like
Yeah.
like those songs are really unique and really well written, and they're fun and smart. And some of the album tracks were like enjoyable but forgettable.
Yeah.
Going back to what you were saying about them like building out the lineup, what I heard was on that this record, they enlisted band members to help write the material.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So
That's cool.
Okay, yeah. So it was like a joint writing process.
It was
as
a
well.
joint venture.
It was a joint venture,
Yeah.
as we say here on
It's a
on the
callback.
channel. Yeah, I remember I saw them at See Here Now 2022. Really good set, really solid. I mean, they have this quality about them. Like you think that you're gonna get like kind of like an indie darling type of thing, and it's gonna be some soft rock. But they have this, like. For me, it's enjoyable because it reminds me of like like rock music that was coming out in like 2011. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Like it has that like the Black Keys Brothers type of vibe to the music, like with
Yeah.
the bass tones. Like it's very like slick and put together. Like there's not really. It's kind of a fault, in a way, but it's also like it's nice because you're listening to just a really well produced record. But there's no like rawness. Like it's very like studio put together, big producer, sounds great type of rock music.
To me, this might sound stupid, but to me, it kind of sounds like if Regina Spektor was in like a rock band.
Yeah, sure.
I don't know. That might be dumb, but that's kind of like what I was reminded of because that Regina Spektor as a singer, for example, is like very whispery at times.
Delicate,
delicate.
Yeah.
But not like Billie Eilish delicate, like
Yeah.
in a different way, like an ASMR way.
Yeah.
I always got like indie sleaze,
Yes, that's another big one. Yeah.
and on some of the new singles like Viagra Girls.
Yeah.
Oh.
that's actually a
Nice.
really good way to put it.
You know, like
yeah.
like heavy bass lines, dancey with
Yeah.
like a talky, like gendered,
Yes.
like point of view.
Yeah.
That's like comical or like over the top.
Yeah.
Viagra Girls, wow.
Wow.
That actually really makes sense to me because like Viagra Boys is a band that I mean they don't not fit into that like
Indie sleaze,
indie
sort of.
sleaze early 2000s rock band. Like I would compare them to a band like Queens of the Stone Age, like
Yeah.
Era Vulgaris era, that that band. But yeah, it's a little bit just more exciting and like driving. Like it has that same
Yes.
like every song has the same driving beat and like hook. But yeah, they have this new one, Moisturizer. The vibe seemed to kind of switch up just like visually for this
Yeah.
record. The lead singer Brian, I think her name is.
I think you're right.
She kind of looks like a creature
Yeah.
instead
Yeah.
of like the normal, like put together person that she seemed to be on the last record. She looks like the creature from the movie Splice on this
a
one.
little bit.
And
And then the other
Yeah.
girl is like making out with herself.
and she's
doing,
got like
the
long
classic.
She's got like long witch claws
Yeah.
too.
But they're in like, a home that a realtor would be showing somebody at an open house, like no furniture.
Yeah, she's in like the apartment that I had in 2022.
Yes.
Like just something that you're just always like, I might be moving out of here. I don't know. Yeah, I mean, I think like from the album cover and just like the presentation, and then the single that I heard, "Catch These Fists." Everything seemed to just be a little bit more like aggressive and in your face.
Yes.
Like there's more of an attitude right out the gate from what you're seeing with just like the song titles, the way that single sounds, and just the way that they're like presenting themselves now.
Totally agree.
Yeah. Should we just dive right in?
Let's let it rip.
I think we've
head
said
first,
enough.
baby.
We've said enough for a band that has only had one album out. You know?
It's cool have it with a band that has one album as
Yeah.
opposed to ones that we reviewed and there's like 13 and I haven't listened to any of them.
Yeah.
And you're just like pulling like vague ideas of what they are from like things that you've
Yeah.
read in the 4 singles.
Yeah.
We end up going through all of those eras. And then in 2007,
Yeah, right.
let's go back to 2007 before we go to 2011.
Yeah.
Let's just get it started. It's Moisturizer, Wet Leg, and it's I Quit My Band.
The song is CPR.
CPR, the opener.
Well, no doubt, maybe.
Oh,
Well,
man.
hella good.
Is that the second song this year that pulls from Hella
That
Good?
has evoked hella good. Did not think that we'd be talking about No Doubt's hella good this
Yeah.
much this year.
Yeah, that's
really,
wild.
I really like this song.
like it
it's
a
a
lot.
pretty strong opener. This has to have been one of the singles, right?
I believe
think
it
so,
was one of the
yeah.
singles, yeah.
It combines kind of to me like what they were doing before with now and like her style singing and stuff, but it also like kind of brings in the like indie sleaze but also approachable vibe, and it sounds good too.
Yeah, they really excel at writing this type of song.
Yeah.
Like smart in construction, smart in how like production is employed and like where music comes in, and then also on the vocals. Like I love how she like her vocal delivery will play with what the drums are doing.
Yeah.
She has like a rhythmic thing that she'll do
Yeah.
with like the snare hits and
Yeah.
stuff like that. It's really well thought out rock music.
That quiet to loud that they do like consistently on this song and then the rest of the songs like really works for them. But yeah, now that you say Viagra Girls, like that is
Right?
just wow. Like
Yeah.
I was like searching for it. I was like, what does this remind me of? And yeah, I mean, a lot of this sounds like the new Viagra Boys record.
Big
Like,
time. It's like if the singer wasn't like a drunk slobbish guy, it
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
the mean girl at your high school.
Yeah.
Right. And both like kind of the same, part of like
Yeah,
part of the
yin
same
and yang.
spectrum.
Yeah.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
kind of is. Like they like one can't exist without the other.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Isn't we reviewed the Joe record earlier this year?
We did.
Isn't there a song that goes da 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 da?
That's
okay.
that's Viagra Boys.
Oh,
that's
is it?
Man Made of Me.
Dude,
yeah.
we are
We're all on the
so.
same page.
But
on
like
this one.
this,
Can we just end the review
yeah,
now?
it's over.
Viagra Boys.
Hey, we're giving
Viagra
it a
Girls.
Viagra Girls. Yeah.
Yeah,
But
Yeah.
the constructions of songs like this I really appreciate because there's so much that goes into it to make it feel effortless.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like this mid-tempo, like just kind of like nodding your head, like it's super easy just to be like, yeah, that's it. That's all you really need when it comes to rock music. Like there's just no overthinking it, and that's a quality that we've said about Viagra Boys too, where it's
Yeah.
just like it's right to the point, in your face. Like there's enough attitude in these songs, even without like being extra fast or aggressive. Like it's just, I like how she's able to be aggressive with the lyrics, even without like ever
Screaming or
yelling,
whatever.
or screaming. That's one point, you can kind of give them, not that it's a competition against Viagra Boys, but it's kind of a point that like Viagra Boys always like feels like it has to be grimy and like disgusting and him yelling to be satisfying, where this feels satisfying just with her, whispering. Like
this is Liquid Eyes, by the way.
yeah, Liquid Eyes, the second track.
I like the melody on this one a lot.
Yeah.
It's like it's more sophisticated than what you would think of for like a deadpan
Yeah.
post-punk thing. She's not just talking over it.
Yeah.
It does have like a cool hook. There is a line there where she says, "I said the biggest lie," which I don't know. I think it's an Elliott Smith reference. It's an Elliott Smith song. Just gotta
what song?
clock them when I get them.
What lyric?
She says, "I just told the biggest lie."
Oh, that's the
a-
name of an Elliott Smith song?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
Oh, look at us, dude.
Look
We're
at us.
learning
We're
together.
learning. Yeah. Yeah, I need to mention that this was probably the song. I know that they are big fans of The Strokes. And
I
this
can
song in particular reminded me of something off of the first two Strokes records. in the best way, because the Strokes have not sounded like that in a long time. No one's really successfully like made songs that like have embodied that like New York I don't give a shit attitude. And I heard this and I was like, this is like, Room on Fire. Like, this is really hitting home for me.
Yeah, and you can, now that you say that, you can hear that in like that guitar that's
That
just
Nick
so
Valencia
dry.
guitar, yeah.
That's not blended into anything, just kind of playing a lead.
Yeah.
Yeah, big time.
I mean, this. I meant to say this about CPR too. This shit's just so catchy.
Yeah.
It's like really well put together, and I usually am not very fond of the kind of dry. Well, she's not like this all the time, but the dry, emotionless singing that happens like during the verses and stuff. But for some reason, like these tunes kind of get me there more than other ones. This one is called "Catch These Fists."
Yeah, I think this was the first single.
Yeah.
Another Viagra Boys, twin. I'd have to say. This is the most like in your face aggressive. I think like the lyrics are awesome. Is this the one where she talks about throwing up in her mouth if someone hits on her, or is that?
I think that one's Pillow Talk.
Okay, that might be.
Pillow Talk is.
Pillow Talk's a
That's
fucking
a sick
banger.
song.
But going back to what you were talking about, I think that more so than on the first record, even the songs that she's doing that sort of deadpan, they're more melodic than just talking.
Yes.
Which is a nice change of pace.
Oh
But-
no, this is the one where she throws
Is
up
it?
in her mouth.
Okay.
Yeah.
There's another like sexier song near the end that I'm thinking of though.
Sorry, I didn't
Go
mean to
ahead.
interrupt.
But no, this song rules.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the song is great.
I stayed away from all of the singles because I think that definitely hurt my enjoyment of their first record. Like hearing like those big, huge songs and then kind of getting, album tracks that were fine.
Yeah.
But I think that like Moisturizer as an album track, I think kind of shows a level of growth where like, even the album track's going to be more interesting than on the last record.
Yeah.
Totally. I mean, I didn't know any, like, Evan said at the beginning, like, this is a more collaborative effort between the two of them and, like, their new bandmates or whatever.
Yeah.
Or not new bandmates, but, like, the the
Letting
full
people
group,
come in,
whatever. I didn't know any of that. But that kind of makes sense now that I'm listening to all of this because, like, there's like that weird glitchy synth going on, but there's composure going on here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everything fits together so well, and everyone just feels so locked into each other.
Yeah.
Like that bass and the drums are just like so tight, and they're even. I mean, the drums are like, I have to comment on just how great and tight they sound. Throughout this whole record. That's what I was talking about before, like how just it feels slick, like it feels nicely produced and mixed, like an album that would like only get big in like 2010, 2011. Like even with Viagra Boys or any rock record that comes out today, there's always like a little bit of grime that people are adding into it.
Yeah.
Like a little bit of like distortion, a little bit of like sounds like it's clipping or something almost. This just feels like you would be able to hear it on the radio, which is like something I don't love all the time, but I think it really helps like just how tight they are.
Production wise, and I'm gonna make a comparison. They're nothing like this band musically at all. Well, maybe they are in places, but this comparison would be like perceived as a diss, and it's not. But like the production of the 2010s of bands like Franz Ferdinand or whatever.
I can hear
you
the
know
Franz
what I mean?
Ferdinand vibe.
Yeah, because I mean, Franz Ferdinand's not super far removed from something like indie sleaze.
Yeah,
You know?
I think they're kind of perceived sometimes as cheese because of that "Take Me Out" song or whatever.
That's a fucking
Take
great
Me
song.
Out is.
I don't know. I didn't want to diss
It's a
them too
classic.
bad.
Take Me Out is a classic. Yeah. This is Davina McCall.
Yeah.
I was reading Davina McCall is the presenter on Big Brother.
Okay.
And she has a catchphrase, "I'm coming for you," which is like, I guess she references that in the line that she says, "I'm Davina, I'm coming for you."
Interesting.
And there's a
Wait,
couple.
she's the what on Big Brother? She's the host?
Yeah, like the presenter or something.
Yeah.
There's a couple other cultural references. She mentioned Shakira.
Nice.
And then
Yeah.
she also mentioned something called Rabina, She's like, I like Ribena, not Coca-Cola, and I guess that's like British Faygo.
Oh,
okay.
Cool.
Love that.
Me
yeah.
too, dude.
I'm gonna get
Woot
some British. Yeah, I
Woot
wonder
woot,
what.
isn't it?
I wonder what British Insane Clown Posse would be like.
Oh my
Yeah.
god, dude.
I don't have any Insane Clown Posse songs to reference.
No, I don't
Yeah.
either.
Yeah.
With juggalos, isn't it?
We're juggalos. Yeah, we paint our fucking face like clowns. It's just Noel and Liam Gallagher.
Basically, it is Oasis.
It's just Oasis.
Yeah, British
British
ICP.
ICP. That's exactly
cool.
who that is.
Yeah,
Damn,
dude.
that's awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, this was definitely like, it feels like a breath, you know, like a little bit like we've been kind of getting some harder rock in this for the past couple tracks, and this feels just a little bit lighter, and I dig it. You know, it doesn't feel like you're not asking for a breath, but you get it anyways, and you're like, okay, they're showing their range a bit.
Yeah.
Like they can go softer and just a little bit more like love song ish, and it works out. You know?
And when we got to this point, this is track number 4, and it like slowed down for a bit, and I was like, all right, this might be where I start to dislike some of what's going on, because I really like the first 3, but I actually do like this song. I think, like you said, the melody really just like kind of makes it all.
Yeah.
The consistent use of nice and tasteful melody through the whole thing really makes it work for me.
Yeah.
I agree. Yeah, she's doing a really good job of balancing those like spoken word, like clever stream of consciousness sort of verses, while also being able to write a song that has just like a very conventional, pretty melody.
Yeah.
And those two things, you usually don't get those in the same package. If it's a
Yeah.
post-punk band where someone is talking over the music,
Yeah.
they're talking the whole album.
Yeah.
You know,
They're
and
graping it, dude.
Yeah, they're
Exactly.
graping it. Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's I definitely think that's a form of growth over the debut, is like finding different ways to make these songs interesting.
Yeah,
Totally.
She can find really cool vocal hooks throughout this whole record, and they're not necessarily like the chorus or anything like that. It's like usually comes out in the verse. Like they're able to make these songs catchy without just like having some giant hook. But they do have giant hooks.
Yeah.
Like CPR and Ketsy's Fist both do.
I mean, to her credit too, if you listen to Chaise Lounge or Chaise Long or whatever, you kind of could think, all right, the singer might be a bit of a one-trick pony. She
Yeah.
does talk a lot.
Yeah.
But like as over the course of this record, she can do like almost everything, you know, as a front person of a band, which is really impressive.
This is Jennifer's Body, named after the
Megan Fox classic.
hit movie that I've seen a lot.
I was gonna
And
say
that's-
that
Have you
sounds
seen
right in
Jennifer's
your
Body?
wheelhouse.
Of course, dude. I went to theaters to see Jennifer's
What year
Body.
did that come out?
Diablo Cody.
Diablo
fan.
Cody. That came out when I was in 7th grade.
All
I
right,
remember that.
yeah, prime time.
Prime Megan Fox time. Yeah.
Yeah, when Transformers was coming out.
Transformers and Jennifer's Body. She owned the universe.
She was the only hot girl that existed.
Yeah.
When
Yeah.
Diablo Cody won the Oscar for Juno, you were like, I'm lining up first day,
Can't
whatever
wait
she
for
does
your
next.
next project.
I like the swirlies shoegaze guitar they're doing.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know, that like really intense bend. I think I liked it on this song. It starts to reappear a bit more as the album goes on. And I thought, like, when I first heard it, I was like, oh, that's a cool thing to kind of differentiate this song from the others.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As it goes on in the album, it kind of feels like we talked about it when we were talking about Mama, where it's like that just seems to be the soundscape for like modern alternative rock is going. It's
Yeah.
like the answer to like vibe music
Yeah.
for alternative rock is to like either go shoegaze or Deftonesy.
Yeah.
So I liked it on this song, but I do feel like later on it gets a little like we went to that well again.
Yeah. I thought about this song that it was a decent combination of doing like the more like aggro thing and then kind of like the love song type of thing. But yeah, this one, I don't know why it just felt a little bit like early in the track list, more like a one that you forget in the context of the record. Like, it's not a bad track. It's just like there's stronger ones throughout the back half, and the ones that came before it, I feel like are all more memorable.
I feel like this one could be a grower in
Yeah,
a lot
it
of
could be a
ways. If you listen to
grower.
the album a bunch of times,
Yeah.
like maybe this one strikes you differently after hearing it.
Much like the movie. Jennifer's body.
It's a grower. Dude.
It's a grower. That's for
Right.
sure.
I do think too. There's something to like the mid-tempo-ness of all of these songs.
Yeah.
That there's a couple towards the back half where we either get it slowed down or sped
Yeah.
up, but a lot of them feel like you open the DAW, it's set at 120.
You just kind of
Record it.
everything kind of starts feeling like Groundhog Day, and like so many records do that. So you know, it's a common problem that we run into on the show. Yeah.
What, sequencing?
Not sequencing. Groundhog Day.
Yeah, for sure.
This is probably my favorite song on the record. It's
Me too.
called another challenging one to say.
Magnet out.
No, that's not it.
It's Mange 2.
Mange 2. Yeah, she says it during
In
the
the
song.
song, yeah.
Mange 2.
I agree. This is a fucking awesome song.
I just love her vocal melodies and quirks on this one. Like like that's so catchy.
That Get Lost Forever.
Yeah, it's great. And she switches up the lyrics every once in a while. I think she has like some pretty like funny lines on this song if I remember, yeah. Good job, give you an A. I like that. Gold star, you think you're clever. Yeah, it's like a nice summer vibe type of jam. It's only like kind of a 2-chord song. They kind of pad it out with just good melodies and guitar riffs, which I can appreciate.
Yeah, her performance is really good on this song. Like, I like how rhythmic it is.
Yeah.
And then landing on those, like, this as a hook.
Yeah. I didn't know if there's a line that says made a mistake when she met Trevor. I didn't know if that was maybe a call to The Less I Know the Better by Tame Impala. Do you know the lyrics in that song? It's all about a guy named Trevor.
Oh.
Like, I thought maybe it was about that.
Could be. Could be. Or Trevor could just be
Maybe I'm just
or
a
Trevor
dumbass.
Noah.
Yeah, maybe it's about Trevor Noah. Yeah.
Yeah, I just feel like Trevor sounds like the stand-in for, like, also any just loser
Asshole.
fucking white guy.
Yeah.
Well, I think, it's like when she met Trevor, I think Trevor's kind of a badass a little bit.
Yeah, you think Trevor's got, like, the leather jacket on
Yeah,
the hog?
it all
dude?
went downhill when she met Trevor.
Yeah, Trevor's
This
the bad boy.
kind of a Nate Cross type. You
Oh,
know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, for
He's
sure.
got a podcast.
He's got a podcast and 2 ring lights in his basement that he bought at Walmart. Yeah, I like this one a lot. This is like this is a highlight for the year, I think. Like as far as just pop songs go.
Yeah, I would agree.
It's a good song.
It has like the things that I like in that the post-punk attitude,
Yeah,
but also the ability to find these really satisfying melodies, which is not you usually, like I said, you don't
Yeah.
get those flavors at the same time. And I think that there's a lot of, like you said, like this is a slick record.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of consideration going on to make this stuff feel as effortless as it does.
yeah,
Yes.
You know, it doesn't sound picked over, but it had to have been to get all of the vocal melodies to sit on those like rhythms like that.
yeah.
She was probably doing takes like hundreds
Oh
of
yeah,
times.
yeah.
For sure.
Just for how airtight this thing is. it
Yeah.
had to have been.
100%.
Let's move on. This is Pond Song. It's another kind of Viagra Boys, kicking it up.
Baseline for
Like,
sure.
something about post-punk bands that really rely on their bassist to kind of like hold the weight of the whole song while they are free to kind of like
They
play.
meander.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They're free to kind of, come up with sick guitar riffs. Hats off to the bassist of,
Yeah.
of all these bands.
Bass players are the real MVP of like indie rock in the 2020s.
I'd agree.
I played right into that
Yeah,
one.
you did, dude.
Yeah.
You set me up for that.
Yeah, I did.
I agree.
Yeah. Who would ever
guys
play
think?
bass in a band?
I mean,
Not me.
I've done
only
it.
cool.
I'm not proud of it, but I've done
You
it.
have.
I'm not proud of it either. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, and it's like a very like certain type of bass line. It's like that walky,
Yeah.
dancey sort of like.
Yeah.
It's like a disco bass line that you
Almost.
put through like a big muff, and it
Yeah.
sounds cool.
Yeah.
Just chug along to it. Yeah. Yeah, this one kind of is in an unfortunate place in the track list, I think, because think right after this one is another one of my like absolute favorites on the record.
Yeah.
So it's kind of squished in between like two bangers, and there's not a ton going on with this one. Like it does kind of like just kind of sit in the water a bit of that bass line
Of the pond.
of the
dude.
pond.
the pond.
Yeah, maybe that's why I'm thinking that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's not bad.
I would agree. Yeah, I don't think that the ideas are as like concise on this. They feel a little kind of scattered.
Yeah.
I do like that melody on "You're So Sweet." That's pretty catchy.
Yeah.
And I do like that it gets a little louder here, but to get to here felt a little meandering.
Yeah, it needs this. That's for sure. But this song might just be a little lesser of one compared to the other ones.
Yeah.
For me.
It's the same deal as Jennifer's Body a bit, except it's not as, it doesn't have like the loud guitars like throughout the whole thing.
Yeah.
Like, it's still like we're still at that 120, just locked in, not moving. Everything's gonna be mid-tempo on this record. Let's move on to the next song. This is called Pokemon.
This is a good one.
A little bit of a faster one, you know.
Yeah.
We picked it up a little bit, but I like this one a lot. It's like it's the most like vibey,
Big time.
synth wave. Like I think it's like the first time like the bass line doesn't feel like it's kind of stealing the show. It feels like they're introducing like more atmospheric, instruments and synthesizers and just like background noise.
Especially the chorus. Like the chorus gets
Yeah.
like really vibe. Like usually the chorus becomes like even more direct than the verse, but
Yeah.
like this one I felt like it becomes much more atmospheric.
Yeah.
And they do a cool thing here where she says like giddy up and then he starts going double time on
Yep.
the hat. I was like, that's
Yeah.
I like
That's
that.
a nice touch right
That's
there.
smart.
Yeah.
This fucking chorus is so good though.
Yeah.
Like it kind of does remind me of something that like feels like should have been on that most recent Haim record we just listened to.
Oh, yeah. Good
Oh,
call.
yeah.
Like it should have been there because Haim is like a pop band that was trying to do exactly this on that record, but kind of didn't step on the gas enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And when they were stepping on the gas, it was like programmed drum beats that like didn't have a ton of like ass behind them.
Yeah.
This feels like full, and that chorus is like it's up there with
It's pretty sick.
with the better pop songs on that Haim record, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this has a much more pop feel than
Yeah.
really anything that I've heard from them.
Yeah.
Like even the stuff like Chaise Long and yeah, right there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool. That stuff still is pretty like rooted pretty heavily in post punk, but
Yeah.
this is something that I could mistake as just like straight pop music. But
Yeah,
it's
for
still
sure.
cooler because it has like real instrumentation, really good drums, really good bass.
An interesting singer.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I just love this melody.
Yeah, it's
oh
good.
my god, yeah. Some great lyrics. Call me the demon headmaster.
Hell yeah.
Coming
In a
after
song like
Gene.
this.
Coming after Gene himself.
Yeah. 12 grand to help
Yeah.
set up wet legs
Yeah.
The
here.
demon. Welcome to the school of the demon.
the demon
Tuition
headmaster.
12.5. I'm gonna teach you how to schlep an amp.
You're gonna plug in my guitar today.
And you're not gonna speak to me.
And you're
Or
gonna-
look me in the
Don't look
eye.
me in the eye.
Oh, you brought your son. That's another 12.5.
That's it. That's double.
I don't care how old he is, he's carrying an 8x10 cabinets.
Looks at him in the eye. Just a guy comes out with a baton. Just,
Piece of shit of the sun.
that's another 12.5. Let's move on. This is Pillow Talk. I don't know if I'm crazy. I don't know how you guys felt about this one, but this is easily my least favorite on the record.
What?
Yeah.
I like this one
I
a
didn't.
lot.
I just felt like I couldn't.
I'm like,
What?
I'm shocked.
What?
Yeah.
I just felt like I don't know. I mean, this one feels like it's the one that's trying to be the most intense and loud. But something about it just doesn't feel like it ever like connects. It feels disjointed to me in some way. I don't know what it is.
Dude, I love this.
Yeah.
This is so
It's
fucking
really cool.
Yeah, I like the guitars, like, but
It
like
was nice to get this after where we've been through
Yeah.
like 8 songs or something. maybe it is missing a little bit of an edge, but I don't know. I
disagree. I thought
think
it's
it's got it.
the most brooding song on the record.
Yeah.
I think it has the most edge, but I think just in terms of like a song as a whole, I feel like they were just like, it feels like the rug got pulled from under me a little bit, like with like the vibes that were kind of being curated throughout the whole thing. And this feels like a Queens of the Stone Age like B-side to me.
That's what I love about it. I love that, like, in Pokemon, I was just changing at a Macy's, and now I'm getting, like, some really fucking
some nasty
dark,
shit.
Yeah, and I really like the vocal performance over it. Like, she doesn't give what that riff is asking.
Yeah.
She's keeping her, like, monotone, which adds, like, another layer of like
Fucked.
darkness and brooding to it. This is my favorite song on the record.
I really like this
Really?
one. It's not my it's not my like number one, but it is up there. Easily.
I don't.
top
Maybe,
5.
maybe that's it. Maybe that's the reason it's not like hitting for me, because her vocal melody is like not giving what that is. You know what it needs. It most for me, it wasn't like the melody. It just felt like the vocal was a little bit thin over top of the guitar, like how loud those guitars were.
God, but I just like
The guitars are pretty thick. There's probably synth in there too.
I feel like this would be sick to see live.
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I love like the dissonance in the guitar, like not trying to play something melodic.
Me too.
And that
Yeah.
drum turnaround, that da da da. Like I would not expect them to put something this heavy on the record, and especially putting it after maybe like the most sweet, sugary song on the record.
Yeah.
I really liked it.
I mean, it's exactly what you could like describe it as. It's Wet Leg trying a heavy song because she's doing her thing.
Yeah.
And the rest of the band is clicking their pedals and turning them up to 100, and this is what you get, you know?
Yeah, it still sounds like a Wet Leg song.
Yes.
It's not like they were like, okay, now we are going to be, you know,
I'll give
nails.
I'll give them that. I just
This
think
is
that
Don't Speak, by the way.
This is Don't Speak. I just felt like CPR and Catch These Fists did a better job at like being heavy than that one did. Like it felt like just a little like forcibly heavy.
I mean, this one definitely was trying to be heavy, but I don't think CPR was like necessarily trying. It was just being the song.
It was just heavy. Yeah.
Well, I thought that those two did a better job at being a pop song.
Yeah,
While
yes.
while
While
carrying some
being
heaviness.
aggressive, yeah.
Well, like that one was not trying to be a pop song,
No.
which I like appreciated.
Yeah.
Didn't click for me.
Okay.
Didn't
Alright.
click for me. This
Guys, let him know he's wrong in the comments.
yeah, let me know I'm wrong in the comments. This is Don't Speak. We said that already.
Yeah. I think this is the song that when I heard those like swirly
yeah.
guitars come back,
Yeah.
I was like, I didn't hate it, but this reminds me of a lot of the stuff that was on the Mama record and
Yeah.
other alternative rock that I've heard at this time, where it's like, for alternative rock to exist in the new vibe-based order of pop music, the way that we have to employ the guitar is like just this like wall of like
The
delay and
vibe-based
shit.
order.
Yeah,
I'm
this
just
one,
picturing like people in hoods. Welcome to the order of
Welcome
the
to
vibe.
the order of the vibe.
The order of the vibe.
This one is like the most 90s-ish to me, and I can't really
exactly.
put my finger on why.
Yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah.
that,
Yeah.
like kind of just like,
Riding the whammy bar.
yeah, what does 1997 sound
Yeah.
like? And it's
Yeah.
just a
Yeah,
jazz
yeah,
master.
yeah.
like
Yeah,
this.
it's that. I mean, it is that garbage thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like it just sounds so much like a. It's weird, like how many bands are sounding like garbage and how little mention of garbage I'm
The
hearing
band.
about. You
It's
know
just
what I mean?
us, dude.
It's just us picking
Just
up
us
on
out
it.
We
here.
figured it out.
We figured it out.
Well,
Yeah.
and I do think that it is because so much of pop music is dominated by like stuff that like basically lives and die on the vibe of it. Like
Yeah.
how does
Yeah.
it kind of like
Yeah.
feel?
Yeah.
And that is how you get a guitar to even like replicate something of a synth or like
Yeah.
a pad or something
Yeah.
like that.
That was. I want to point out this is a very Strokes guitar solo.
Oh, big time.
Like it appears like very much up front, very dry, but very distorted and very much like I don't know, like kind of not fitting the song the whole way.
Yeah, you
Like-
can hear every single
Yeah,
note.
that was always the thing I liked about like Albert Hammond Jr. and Nick Valencia is like they have like a really like weird guitar style that like always felt a little bit like mathy for whatever song they were on. not quite the same thing here, but you can just tell that they have that Strokes influence is kind of on there. Like they kind of wear that proudly, which I like.
I would agree. Yeah,
love the Strokes.
I was trying to place it when I heard it, and then once you said Strokes, I was like, of course, that's exactly what that sounds like.
They also said, according to their Wikipedia, that they're big fans of Kings of Leon.
Oh, God.
Yeah, dude.
I've been seeing a lot of people come to the defense of early Kings of Leon on
KOL.
TikTok recently.
I
I'm
wonder if we can do this podcast long enough for the Kings of Leon to get like the Deftones treatment now, where like we were talking about like the Deftones, where like they've existed long enough to be like, oh, they're legends.
Yeah,
you know?
Oh, that will definitely happen.
You either
You think
die.
so?
Oh yeah.
You either
for
die
sure.
a hero or live long enough to become the villain.
You either die a hero or live long enough to be on
become-
Zane Lowe. That's what happens. It's just like
To act as if we haven't ignored the last 15 years of your
Yeah.
catalog.
yeah, you ignore the past 15 years, then you put out a record and you get on Zane Lowe and you talk about how the creation of that one,
Yeah.
and why it's different.
Greatest record
How you've-
you've ever done.
Yeah.
How you got frozen in 2006.
Yeah, and nothing
and
mattered.
now we thawed you out, and
you're
it's the
back.
same. Yeah.
Back.
This is 11:21.
You have a different haircut.
You guys look so different than you did before.
You're old now.
You're old.
You're fucking old.
You're so fucking
You're
old.
sicking me.
It's
The
disgusting.
wrinkles on your skin are gross.
Seriously, get out of my studio. 11:21. Yeah. Kind of I mean, it's the first ballad we get on the record, the first slow track.
I like this one.
I think it's cool.
It's cool where it is too, because
Yeah.
we'll talk about the last song too, but this one kind of like leads into how the album ends in I would say an appropriate way.
Yeah, I like her vocal performance on this one a lot. Like, it feels very dramatic and almost like lounge singer ish. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like she's really like it feels like she's sitting behind a piano and kind of giving it her all.
Yeah.
On this one.
And I feel like there's also like some psychedelic in it. Like I can almost hear like us and them a little bit in the chord.
Oh.
And then also just some of the production's a little more spacey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I agree, it's a cool change of pace. Like we got so many of like those mid tempos.
Yeah.
And if you're gonna save a ballad like this, having it come either at the very end or right before the end. But I do like the move of giving us the slow one right before the end.
Me
and
too.
Having something else after that.
As being sequencing hounds, I
I was
approve.
just gonna
I
say.
approve of this move.
Yeah.
The sequence hogs are always just. We're always on point, dude.
I was
We're
gonna
like,
say.
exactly.
Oh,
Like
God.
this album is. The sequencing hogs have gotten their slop
Oh, dude.
because
It's immaculately sequenced.
It's great. I have no complaints.
It's a 10 just because of the sequencing.
For the sequencing, if anyone mentions sequencing in their score, it's automatic null and void.
Yeah,
We
for
will be
sure.
ignoring your score.
Up there, IQMB's talking about sequencing
yeah,
again.
Yeah. Do you want to move on?
Sure.
The last track? You
I
and
think-
Me at Home is the last track.
I think this one is my favorite song on the album.
Interesting.
It's so anthemic and like they do something so different with the big chorus that I've never, not that I listened to their other record, but I just listened to 11 songs of theirs and they haven't done anything of the sort, some sort of like group sing-songy like thing, and it's really sticky. I found myself humming it pretty frequently, and I feel like that's what you want out of your closer, is to give someone like a reason to press play at the beginning to get to the end. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
agree. Oh, good.
Sorry.
No, I agree. I think when I first heard it, I was like, okay, I've heard a lot of these ideas already in just some of how they're putting the song together. But like you said, this refrain, it's like a snowball rolling downhill
Yeah.
throughout the
Yeah.
song. Like it
Yeah.
just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And that is really interesting because they're pulling from a very similar set of like musical ideas to build these songs, and they have not done this yet, and it's like the perfect time to employ something
Yeah.
like that to go out on.
Yes.
Yeah, I mean the sequencing hogs have clocked in. It's a perfect closer because they like the kind of like group dynamic that we get on this one, like the shouting and the chorus. I like the lyrics that we just heard. Maybe we could start a band as some kind of joke. Well, that didn't go as planned, I say on the radio. Kind of play,
That's kind of sick.
It's kind of us vibes. I like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's another one that kind of combines a lot of the vibes that we've been talking about. Like there's that kind of 90s garbage influence. There's a little bit of that Strokes influence there as well. We've kind of lost the intensity of like the Viagra Boys kind of grimy thing that was going on in the back half, and it kind of makes me think that the album kind of sheds that as it goes on. You know? Like it was a fun thing like at the beginning, and like when this album was kind of rolling out with singles, it's like this is going to be their more aggressive one. But I don't mind that it kind of sheds it. I mean, I don't think that the songs really like struggle from it. I think it's just like it gets noticeably less intense, other than whatever that song was.
Pillow Talk.
Well, it kind of ends at Pillow Talk.
Yeah.
But then it also feels like, how much more aggressive can you go with this band sound than Pillow Talk? So, like, that seems like the most logical point if you're not going to have any more heavy stuff, that's the last song. But I think that's kind of what makes this album work better on a whole, is just how many of the songs work without sounding like what you would stereotypically think a Wet Leg song would sound like.
And also they work without them like just bowing down to some sort of cliche or them just trying to like fit a mold. They do their thing in a style, but make it their own at the same time. Yeah, if that makes sense.
Yeah, because I think like after Chaise Long and Wet Dream, you're kind of like, is this band a meme band?
Yeah.
You know, like, can you hit that bullseye over and over and over again of like this super clever, smart, funny song? And they really didn't try to do that. Like CPR has some of that and Catch These Fists, but for the most part, this just sounds like a band actually trying to be like, okay, here's what we sound like. What are the different types of songs we can write?
I would definitely agree with that.
Yeah.
That's the record. Let's move into the CAs.
I'll go first.
Yeah.
I really liked this. I didn't necessarily have any type of preconceived notion, but I just knew about the songs that I knew about, right? The Chaise Long one, and then I heard the other one, Wet Dream.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And so I was like, all right, these guys have like this quirky vibe. It's like, you know, they're an indie band, so the already maybe preconceived notion there's like a ceiling there, but like this like blew me away. I didn't expect to like this as much. The singer Ryan really impressed me with like how large her skill set seemingly is, because you know, I feel like it's an easy lane to go down to just be like, I'm the monotone, talky, singy chick, and that's just gonna be my thing. And that's not at all what she does, because they're like what we just listened to on the last track. You know, she like that's like a big anthemic chorus, big epic moment for this album. And there's a lot of other moments where she's like belting, using head voice, doing the talking thing, whatever. So there's that, and then there's like excellent production and just really strong, like I've said multiple times, really strong melody across the whole thing. You know, last year around this time I was really taken off guard by the Fontaines DC record. I ended up really liking that one. I could see this one kind of following that one in terms of like one that I just had no expectations of. I feel like I sit on this show and mostly don't like things we listen to, but it was really cool to, for once, like something. So I'm going to give it an 8.2. I really liked it.
All right.
You're a secret indie head, dude. We just haven't found the
we
right
haven't unlocked it.
albums yet.
Yeah.
I can go. Yeah, I found this to be really impressive, like a pretty strong step forward as a band. Like, you know, there's something about a band that has a song like Chaise Long that could really set them up for a sophomore slump, and them just like swinging and missing, trying to find Chaise Long Part 2. And they didn't do that. I was impressed by how their sound grew, like how their songwriting grew, how they were able to hold these album tracks together in a way that made some of them just as interesting as the singles, and like in subtle ways, like, you know, like you said, like great melodies, but never like really trying to blow out the doors with like some crazy vocal melody or anything like that, but just like really smart, good, sticky songwriting. I think like when you said slick, I agree with that, but like not in a cheesy way.
No.
But just in like every piece is kind of where it needs to be, sort of way. Couple songs I think don't 100%, like, you know, there's a couple skips, I would say, front to back, but for the most part, I think almost every song is worth listening to and giving you something different that the other song isn't. It's not like, oh, these 5 songs that sound like what I think Wet Leg would sound like. Yeah. It's like, oh no, there's like a deceptive amount of variety on this album.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really enjoyed it. I think I'm probably gonna go 8.0.
Okay. Yeah, I feel very similar to both of you guys. I mean, the thing I like about this record the most is the fact that, like, it really, I mean, it plays into things that I just love, you know, like early to late 2000s rock, with bands that you would hear on like hard rock radio, like that influence is there. The Strokes influence is there, you know, like I can hear all the bands that I like grew up loving in, like, being influences in this band. And like you said before, like, they kind of shed the fact that they could have been like a meme band that like was a one and done record, and you know they had the one song that was kind of cute and funny, and no one ever talks about them anymore. But this feels like they really like okay, we're a full band now. Let's write just a full record of like songs that are solid and songs that kind of like show, you know, who our influences are and what we're all about as a band and what we like. And I feel like they came out with some really unique songs this year. Like some of the best rock songs you'll hear this year are out of this. The singer is really, you know, showing her chops. Like we also said, like it's not just the talk singing and the, you know, funny lyrics, even though the funny lyrics are still there. It's just like she's employing them into like really strong, catchy melodies. And I could see her being like, you know, known for that. Like kind of like how we said with Viagra Boys, like how Sebastian Murphy is kind of known for like those like sardonic, quirky, like slob lyrics. I could see her being known for like these kind of like, I don't know, mischievous kind of mean girl type of lyrics that are great and entertaining to listen to. I think if I had to just dig on it for anything, it might just be the fact that there are like just a couple tracks that I don't love, but none of them are bad. I don't think any of the songs in this record are bad. Like I had a great time listening to this. It's fun. It's catchy. If you're a rock music fan, it's kind of a must listen for this year.
Yeah.
I'm going to give it a slightly lower score than both of you, 7.8, but we're at an 8.
That's clearly a Viagra Girls hell yeah.
I mean,
Viagra Girls hell yeah.
Like before we even started listening to it.
We could have given this score at the beginning of the review, probably, because I was feeling a strong Viagra Girls hell yeah range. Yeah.
Something that you mentioned that I think is another reason why I think I'm responding to this is I do think that she has carved out that like point of view that like Sebastian has.
Yeah.
You know, and it's difficult to do, and she did it also by not just relying on doing Chaise Long again.
Yeah.
You know, like she kind of
instead could have
exactly, but then she'd be like, okay, I'm gonna give you the point of view that I imagine you think I have. Instead of here's my actual point of view. Which is cool.
From like the album cover and the way she's been like presenting herself on stage, like as this like whatever, it might be like a character of some sort. Like I could see that she's
dyed
like,
her hair and her eyebrows and stuff. And
like she's got to be like, you know, she's like a dedicated front woman. I think. Like she's like going to be kind of probably, she might end up being bigger than her band, kind of almost like Sebastian Murphy from Viagra Boys. Like, you know Viagra Boys, but you kind of know him as like the face of the band. And I can see that happening with this band as well, without like a solo record happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked it. I'm stoked on this, I guess.
I'm stoked on it too. Thought it was great.
Yeah.
We don't usually have this little complaint, like that's.
I mean, they even nailed the sequencing. What else are we gonna fucking say?
The
dude?
sequencing.
Yeah.
Who does that? No one ever nails.
You should have known it was
No.
gonna be a hell yeah when we compared them to the Viagra Boys.
Yeah, that's true. We showed our hand early.
I don't know how I didn't pick up on that. Like
I didn't
when I
either.
first listened to it, I was
Well,
like,
I'm a music genius.
You're a
genius.
I'm sort of
Yeah.
a brain genius.
sort of a Thomas Pynchon.
I'm
sort of a
pinching
Pynchon.
ass.
Yeah.
Pynchon-esque.
Yeah.
Man, I wish we would have had that pinching chunk on mic.
I know. We should have got that Pynchon chunk on my god.
For all of our
One
book
day I'll-
nerd fans.
yeah. One
Shut
day I'll-
the fuck
yeah.
up.
One day I'll tell the Pynchon story because it's fun. It is good.
It's a
Really
great.
funny.
it's
very Costanza.
Yeah. Let us know in the comments what you thought of this record. It's Wet Legs Moisturizer, their second record. We're giving it an 8.0. Viagra Girls, hell yeah. We're into it. Tell us what you thought. Tell us if you thought that we're giving it way too much credit. If you didn't like it at all. You think that the lyrics are dumb. Actually.
You think we're dumb.
Or we're not liking it the way that we should like it. Because we get that a lot on this show.
You didn't love it
You didn't-
the exact way that I did.
You said this one thing, and that threw the entire thing off.
It fucked my whole day up.
My week up, actually. Seriously, let us know in the comments. At this point, we're immune to anything that
You
you
can
gotta
say anything,
We've we've heard it all. We've said it all, and
Yeah.
we've heard it all. So let us know in the comments. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't yet. Follow us on Instagram and TikTok for short clips and skits. We got a whole bunch of skits that are funny as hell. We're almost kind of a comedy troupe now, less than a podcast. That's kind of
Certainly
what we're known
doing
for.
better.
Yeah.
We've been doing the podcast for 2 years, skits for about 3 months. We're way more known for that at this point. Just
so sad.
if you look at the data,
Yeah.
you know what I mean?
We're just trying to get the You, Me, and Dupree reboot off the ground,
Yes.
starring Nate Cross.
Starring me. I can't wait for that. Subscribe on Patreon as well. $5 a month for bonus content. Should be new stuff coming out there soon. And JJ,
Buy a fucking
one
shirt.
more time, lift it up.
Oh my
we are in the product
Fly the flag,
merchandise
baby.
business right now. Go
Product.
to our Instagram. We have a shop. Go and find this on our link tree in our bio.
It could be this exact shirt.
Yeah.
It could be this exact shirt that
If
you're
you're
holding.
if
I mean,
you're
that's a
large.
conversation starter. You wear that. It says,
Yeah.
I
Yes.
quit my band.
Some
Somebody
people-
walks up to you, they go, I didn't know you were in a band.
Some
I was
people
no,
are gonna
the
think
three
that it-
morons I watch on the internet.
It's not a band at all. It's a band of morons.
Yeah.
Yeah. You could say.
It's some people might think it glows in the dark. It doesn't,
People
but it could.
do think it glows in the dark because we picked a very annoying color.
Yeah.
I picked a very annoying
Yeah.
color when we started the show. I regret it.
It's an eyesore.
It's
People
an
told us
eyesore.
they hate it.
Yeah.
We've
but
done
yeah,
focus groups. People hate the color.
go buy a shirt, represent the show, help us out, help yourself out, have yourself a nice little shirt that you can use as a shirt. And that's I quit my band.
Damn.
That's I quit my band. It's Wet Leg 8.0. Viagra Girls, hell yeah. We'll see you next time. Goodbye.